Greetings, family, and welcome to Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. Come on, Errol, come on. How you doing? How's everything going? This is my co-host, Errol. Stop, Errol. We really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you are moving into living life in your own story, in your own narrative, because that's the only way you are going to survive what's coming. Now, Africa appears to be the least prepared for the global changes that are currently underway, whether you want to call it a pole shift that happens every 26,000 years. Some have recorded it, in history as mud floods. Others may think of it or know it as Noah's flood and what happened then. Earth goes through these cyclical cleansing situations, which we also know as star seeds, as the ancient ones returned, are also seasons of awakening, family. And that is what we're in. But we appear to have the least amount of information on this. Very few countries are talking about it because we're so caught up in everyday life. But I'm going to tell you how this is actually a major, major blessing and how this is actually going to work in our favor. But before I do all that, special shout out to everyone that supports us on Patreon. We appreciate, love you so much for all your support, and for everyone who sends us a gratitude donation through PayPal. Thank you so much. There's a special gift for you in the mail. And we've opened up spiritual coaching for the leaders in our community. If you're interested in that, family, definitely look at the details in the description box below, as well as if you are interested in relocating to the motherland, we are also offering phone and written consultation. So all the details will be down below. But family, let me tell you, when you realize that our thoughts create our reality and that our thoughts manifest our existence, then this can explain to a certain extent why, as we see the crazy weather that is going on across the world, from the Hurricane Milton, okay, it touched a bit of South Africa with the snowfall and everything, but when you look at all the crazy things that are happening around the world, apart from political instability and countries up in protest like Ghana and Kenya, and aside from the Sahara turning green, which is a major sign of the times, a major sign of the transition, a major sign of the new, a major sign that we are in a new dispensation, family, of the revival of life. Apart from those major things and our political unrest, life across Africa remains relatively the same. There is less upheaval out here because our governments have spent more time programming us about our poverty, trying to remove that poverty, our governments have spent way more time creating a matrix. Our governments have spent way more time, family, creating a matrix of poverty, a matrix of lack, a matrix of deep sleep, a matrix of ignorance, a matrix of self-hatred, tribalism, corruption, all these negative stories. Where I was even reading a comment the other day where someone was saying it's so sad that our people thrive more on negative stories. Like, we want to hear about those who have been hurt and those who have died and those who were, all these negative things. And yet our spirit of optimism is so small. But because we're so caught up with these issues, family, what if I was to tell you that that is one of the reasons why we remain relatively stable in the storm? Because our minds are not aiding to the chaotic spirit in that way. But we have our own demons to deal with, family. Because Mama Earth is cleansing all that is not of the right vibration. So we may be avoiding because we're not connected mentally or emotionally to the end of days and all those kind of movies and, alien invasion and all those kind of things. We're not seeing like the disappearance of the moon like we see in the divided states, or all these spaceships showing up like you see in the divided states. But the spaceships are here. It's just that people aren't aware of them. I live by a major portal, family. We see those things, it will be bright as day. And then all of a sudden, they're barely cloaking themselves, family. And if you know, you know. You'll see a major cloud just pass through it. Sometimes it even rains. Sometimes they'll even hover over the ocean and it's like they're fueling themselves. And then they'll move on and then it will rain. And then all of a sudden the day goes back to normal. But we never have questions. We're in a village, family. We never ask each other, yo, did you see those big clouds? What's going on? People are it's like they're completely oblivious to that. And while that will help us in the short run, family, there's a reason that Babylon has kept us ignorant. And the reason Babylon kept us ignorant was to keep us, those are some monkeys, was to keep us relatively stable so that, because we are the continent that is extracting most of the minerals and gemstones they need to even fight the galactic war that they have brought to their own doorstep. They don't even have a fighting chance. But the motherland was an extraction company. They don't even see it as a nation or a country. We're a company. Maybe that's another reason why we're in relatively, So there's not much on the motherland talking about the second moon and the spaceships and the galactic ship that is actually headed our way. Definitely check out the story I did on my main channel, Dr. Mumbi. I don't know if I'm putting this on my main channel or not, but there's none of that, family. It doesn't even make headlines for long. Not because people are ignorant, but because people are so deep in the Babylonian matrix. And ironically, when you look at there's a declassified document called the Adam and Eve story. When you look at that story, they've tried to predict, although I wouldn't even trust anything they said. Or I don't know if they found this document, if it's an ancient text, but they said that this time round, when we had our Noah's flood moment, only a slither of Africa would actually make it through. But I mean, how do they know? These are the guys who are building bunkers to go under. So they obviously don't have the consciousness to survive this, because humanity doesn't get wiped out every time. Humanity ascends every time. Humanity goes up every time. But they have done so much to clone us and make us like them that our curse now is that cloning. We have to awaken to who we are. That is the most basic thing, family. You just have to awaken yourself, create your own narrative, create your own storyline, drop the lies, heal. Do everything you can to close out that book of life. Do everything you can to close out that former dispensation. Overstand, understand what happened to you. Get over it by doing whatever it takes. That is our role right now, family. And I don't know if you remember Janet Jackson's song, we are in a race between education and catastrophe. That's where we are as a people on the motherland. And when we realize that if you're literally over 30, you're one of the teachers or the elders now, then we are the ones who have to awaken and get it right. Because the ancient ones are the ones who are returning. It's the old souls who are returning now in the motherland. There's no young souls returning in the motherland right now. Every soul that is being born has been here before. That's why we've survived depopulation agendas decade after decade, from the 90s when it started with HIV and AIDS. It's because it's old souls. who mastered the art of resurrection or survival, not even survival family. And so our ignorance may save us for a short time, but not for the long run. And there is so much that us way showers and seers and teachers need to do, not for even those amongst us our age, but for the children. And that is why you will be given extra grace, extra assistance, extra acceleration. You'll be fast-tracked to move into your predestined station, predestined awareness, predestined awakening. Because it's not about you. And regardless of what kind of character you are, family, good, bad, some of us had to enter our villain era. It's really not about you. It's about the skills that you have perfected that made you a chosen one, that made you choose yourself to come for your bloodline, which is not even sometimes your immediate ancestors or your immediate family. Once you awaken to that, you're provided with everything you need. But those are stories for other days. Thank you so much to every single person that supports us on Patreon and everyone who sends us a gratitude donation through PayPal. And if you'd like to get in touch with us about our spiritual coaching sessions where we help you magically put some pieces to your life together, email us, mumbi.saraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja.